for the church property?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I'm not happy with it. They took some things out that I think the church will be upset about. So,
okay.
well, I'm just saying that I mean, if it's better for the county, it's not so good for the church. So the church really needs to look at it.
Oh, well, of course, it's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
just
go
saying.
back to them
Yeah, I'm
with
just
those
saying.
removed.
Yeah. So-
Yeah, but it definitely protects us as well. So.
Well, yeah, the original one is not.
No, the original one is not
Because if it's
acceptable.
just there with a fence around it, if we can't slide it over.
Yeah.
Then that's not gonna be.
No.
Helpful.
And that wasn't part of the talks the last 2 years.
Are you coming up this weekend?
Yes. Did anybody last weekend?
Yes,
Uh-oh, it wasn't us.
we knew that.
Okay.
I don't know why we have to get fired up and going at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's the Snow Batman people.
Is it?
Yeah, they come from the Tri-Cities.
You just say Snow Batman?
Yeah.
He runs at night. Yes. Yep, that is,
We have a lot of people that run at night, but good.
yeah, no, we'll talk about that. We try getting the word out, but they're not a part of ours and they don't listen. They do their own thing. Because of Umatilla Forest being open the first weekend in April. That's why. Because they're from over there and they figure if Umatilla does it, it's all open.
But yeah, no, I knew it wasn't. Because you're scheduled for next week.
For
It
Friday.
is-
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started officially. It is April 9th, 2025 at 9 a.m. This is a special meeting, commission session of the Baker County Board of Commissioners. We're now in session. I'm not sure what we're doing. We're gonna make decisions or not later, so let's just go for it. It's not gonna hurt to pray.
Okay. Let's pray for.
Yeah. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for being here with us today. Help us and guide us as we make decisions. Thank you for all the blessings that you've given us. As I always ask, guide our words, our thoughts, and our actions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start in, I just wanted to tell the nurse something. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we start in, I just want to let you know that we have a few people here today that are not normally here, but they asked to be a part of the mayor's check-in quarterly. And so I just want to let you know, we've got Brian Twite from EDC. We have Jessica Hobson from Travel Baker County, Christopher Hobson from Baker County, or BCU. Unlimited. And then we have our, is it undersheriff?
It is.
Okay, undersheriff. Tim.
Tim.
I am so, I swear, I called
You didn't have your
Madison
caffeine
Jennifer
this morning.
yesterday. I've got too much noodling around up here. But so just so you know that normally these meetings are just to hear from the mayors and their needs and enter into discussion with whatever they have. It's nothing that we usually do an agenda for or try to do any updates on our side,
So
on
should
our
we invite
part.
him to the table since there's not very many?
You can certainly come to the table. There's lots of room and then you'll be at the speaker in case anybody needs any. And that's for all four of you.
So
So,
we have Mr. Collins from OTEC. Online.
oh, okay. Yeah, big kids as well, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
We all are.
Maybe
You're not
he's
gonna get in trouble.
maybe he's staying back there in
Well, I
case the
think-
party gets rough.
The party gets rough. Heidi made a group email for us, and it allows us to add people to it. And then everybody gets messages if they're sent into that group. So if you see that group in your email, now you can send messages within that, and it'll go to everybody. It's kind of different than a contact group. It does a little bit more. So glad to have you all here.
How did we decide we were gonna start?
Let's go reverse since Linda has
Okay.
to go. And I don't see Unity. I don't
Yeah,
see
I thought-
Mayor Hooper up there. And I see we see Patrick Collins on there. Patrick, are you just listening in? Are you part of the mayor's?
Hey, everybody, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Morning.
Perfect. Good morning. I'm actually the new manager of key accounts and government relations for Oregon Trail Electric. So just calling in to listen in and get a good understanding of what's going on in our communities.
Perfect.
Well, outstanding. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
When you get a chance, stick your head in and introduce yourself to the commission.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Hey, us too. Thank you for being here.
Okay. I guess if Mayor Hooper jumps on, we can come back to him.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. It's all
You
yours.
wanna start with me?
Mayor Wise.
Okay, well, we're busy. We did have, on the 27th, some major snow melt because of the weather.
Mhm.
And now City Hall was flooded and
Oh,
the
no.
council. Fortunately, the council part's all cement, so all it was puddles, but we are running fans and everything else and still trying to do business, but we can't move up like to the schoolhouse because there's no internet. So we're just kind of functioning in there around fans and stuff, and then we'll have to rope something up and stuff. So that's kind of screwed up everything. We're still finishing our water project, the water tower. We had to extend that because we're still waiting on parts.
Oh, okay.
We're in the process, final design on our wastewater, having some issues with DEQ. And applying for a few other grants, trying to get some road grants, get some roads fixed and stuff. And just getting ready for flea market. I think everybody's known that Christopher and his crew, they're managing the taking of applications and stuff for flea markets. So we're gonna, hopefully that's gonna work well. He's pulling in some new vendors for us. It is Sumter, so it's changed and it's caused a lot of turmoil, but we will all get through it.
Change is hard.
Oh, change is very hard.
First year will be the worst.
Are they,
First year will be the worst, and then it'll be fine.
Mhm.
are they upset about, I mean, it's kind of going back to are you doing Sumter Valley Days again?
No, not
No,
yet.
not
We-
yet.
We've talked about maybe like next July.
Okay.
Looking at that being the theme, but this year, we're just trying to make it the Sumter market and take flea out of it to appeal to a larger demographic. That being said, the people that are there for a flea market or vendors that are flea market vendors are still welcome.
Oh, sure.
It's just about trying to get more people from Boise area as an arts and crafts and makers fair kind
Okay.
of approach. But yeah, in the future, maybe by July of 26, to look at Sumter Valley Days as a possibility.
So you're just looking at May and September right now, right? Memorial
Yes,
Day and Labor Day,
yeah.
okay.
Right.
And-
Yeah,
And, there has been a few vendors that are upset. I always tease about the guy that sells VHS. But that being said, revenue wise, we have surpassed the 5-year average for vendors.
Oh,
already.
good.
Um,
That people have already signed
that have
up.
already signed up,
Okay.
and a lot of that came from using our roster for Miners Jubilee and saying, here's another opportunity for you. And so there's been a lot of new vendors.
Okay.
We've lost a couple that were regulars, but
Mhm.
we've gained quite a few too. So
Okay.
So you're still gonna do downtown and up on the
Oh, yeah.
fairgrounds?
yeah,
Okay.
because we don't really have much say over the private property, so yeah, there's still.
Good.
And I assume some of those older vendors will end up down there.
Down there in town
In
or,
town.
oh, okay.
And we did change, we are doing new signage and stuff for the grounds, it's now called the event grounds. Just so people know that's where kind of go, I guess there's been some issues. But like I say, the old group that's always handled it, they're just mad.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because we're kind of, the rules have been changed, the prices have been changed, and
It's still,
it's resistance, it's just.
it's still a third of the price of Miners Jubilee.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting an incredible deal.
Okay.
So
Oh,
even
yeah,
though we've
it's-
regulated the prices, I wouldn't even say we raised them so much as just regulating them, because, when a vendor had 100 feet of frontage and they're paying $75, it's like,
Mhm,
that was never one space.
mhm.
So now when it's $75 per space, we're like, oh, well, that means I need 4 spaces,
Mhm.
and that's a lot more money. It's like, well, yeah, you really never should have had.
Mhm. 4.
Yeah.
No, it's working really well, because
Yeah.
it's so much work in our office, and since we didn't have a city clerk at all for a couple months, now we have a new gal, there's no way.
Good.
She's already frustrated with some of the stuff that goes on in Sumter, so, it was just driven her out. So this way, they're
Well, and
kind of,
Jessica's
they're
working
on the
with
front line of that.
the wayfinding
Mhm.
portion too, because we did a poll, and 6 out of 10 people that said they regularly go to the markets didn't know that there was the grounds. So they were only doing,
Only on the
Oh,
Mill
wow.
Street.
yeah. So
Yeah.
with the wayfinding project and stuff that Travel Baker County has access to get that sign in
Nice.
and be able to have like a little brochure rack with a map of everything that's going on and where
Mhm.
it is, that should make a huge difference to those vendors up at the grounds. I mean,
Okay.
6 out of 10 saying what's the grounds.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a little bit more than walking for a lot of people to get up there. Those, what is it, 3 blocks? Yeah.
Steep blocks.
And yeah, not on the way back down.
No, not on the way back down.
Does, is there, so 2 questions, is there going to be events other than the flea market? And are the community volunteers still having their shack up there with the hot dogs and hamburgers and things? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
good.
still part of it so because they volunteer and help place vendors and everything, they're getting that space to be able to sell their hot dogs. It's actually really similar to what we do at Miners Jubilee. Our lemonade guy
Mhm,
always helps get the food vendors in place, which is a huge
Yeah.
help.
mhm.
And so I don't charge him for his space.
I
It's the
thought they
same
were,
kind of thing.
okay, I thought they were in that building there on the event.
Well,
Grounds.
They do.
They use.
Oh, so it's just the use of the building.
Just use the building.
So do you have events going on too to keep people there? Like at the park down on Mill or anything like that downtown, or
At this phase right now, we're just trying to take
Just-
over the
just getting that
administration,
much done?
getting all the numbers cleaned up, all the reports and everything. Because the thing is like, we have the email for this person, but we don't have the phone number. We have the, so
Mm,
just this year, this first event, to really have all of the reporting, all the money, all the insurance, all the vendor permits, all the contacts filled out, sets us up so much better for the next event.
Okay.
Then we could continue talks as far as live music and whatever, but that would of course all be additional
mhm,
work that we'd be doing. Right now, we have with the city of Sumter, junior rodeo, and motorcycle rally. It's just 10% of the vendors'
mhm,
cost is coming to us for administration.
Mhm.
So yes, we could then take that further and help book acts, but it'd
okay,
be additional payment.
okay.
We need to get past this first one.
No, this is good. This is good. No, I just had to ask, so,
Yeah.
because I'm sure that I will get asked.
If,
Oh, yes, you will. You'll
You start
hear all
hearing-
about it.
I will hear all about it this
you start
weekend.
gearing towards like the old time Sunford Valley days, it'd be kind of fun to reach out and ask if anybody has photographs from, like 70s.
I do. I do. I was a wee baby.
Do you have a camera?
No, it was taking
Oh.
photos of me. So yes, there and family.
That's not.
But I mean, the events, there were family fun events
Mhm.
and black
Yeah.
powder shoots and things like that,
At the Gunfighter Club. And
yeah. it
wasn't
was-
there was a pavilion on Main down by the gas station, wasn't
I don't know. I was an itty bitty baby.
Yeah.
I just have the photos.
Well, look,
Somebody has more photos than I do.
Oh, yeah.
So
The only other thing I wanted to say, just so this meeting doesn't end up about the Chamber of Commerce, is just for everyone listening, as we are the official Chamber of Commerce for the county, every incorporated town is a member by default. So, you know, a lot of what we were able to do just to get started with the city of Sumter is because they are a chamber member,
Sure.
right? So, and not everybody realizes that and the benefits that come with that. I say it all the time, it's a needs assessment. It's not a one size fits all. So the city of Halfway, they're like, well, I don't need your help booking vendors. It's like, no, but let's talk about it. Maybe you need a walking map for downtown, and that's what you really need help with.
But you and the Hell's Canyon Chamber are working in tandem. It's not a,
Yes, and that's why I say like we are the official, it's because we're registered with the West Coast Chamber and the United
Hell's
States.
Canyon
Right.
isn't, you
Chamber.
know.
right.
So there's three layers of bylaws we have to follow. Ours, West Coast, and United States.
Yeah.
And we have to give these services to every town in
In
Baker
your
County
jurisdiction.
in order
Yeah.
to
Right.
keep that classification. So I look forward to talking with every mayor and being able to really see where we can help.
Great.
That's it for Sumter. We got plenty going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it. Sounds like it. Yep. And so this Saturday morning starts around 7:30, community breakfast.
Yes.
Okay, I will be there. Along with a
be too.
bunch of other Jeeps. We'll all be there. Everybody can be up. Everybody can go. It's open. It's really fun.
You don't have to drive.
You do not, you do not. Lila, in the past, I don't know if she will, you know, every year, we don't know, but if you get there early, you'll get Lila's donuts. She stops making them by a certain point, and when they're done, they're done. So.
I have to drive my Jeep to Salem. You got all the fun.
So,
Trade you.
yeah,
I'll trade you.
That's it. Sumter.
okay,
Just ramping up for the summer.
okay. Nope.
No, I'm not seeing anybody else. Let's go on to Richland.
Mayor
We
Patton.
are here today.
I'm glad you are.
Good morning, everybody. Well, it's been very busy over there. We're trying to get a lot of things done. The first thing I'm going to bring up is we have a big problem with speeders in town.
Yep.
And Sheriff Ash came over and presented a program to help us out. And now we have Baker County Sheriff involved, Baker County and ODOT involved in a survey. And we want to change the speed limit. There's 25 in town, but then it goes to 40. Well, the time they get to 40, they're doing 60.
Yep.
And that's gonna continue clear out almost to the bottom of the hill, going over the hill halfway. And then Satch Road, they're gonna try to get 45, but I'd really like to see 35 miles an hour going out to the park.
I think 45 is where they're pretty much set. I drove it last
Yeah.
week and was like, yeah, 35 may be a little bit low. But when he says the county is involved, it's the parks as well, because from the highway, ODOT highway to the parks, two deer have been killed from speeders. We have pheasants in there, quail, everything else, and they were killed right there within all those houses in
To
between
get
both
up
of
the
the
street
parks.
between
Yeah.
Holcomb and Hewitt, you'd have to be like drag racing. You'd have to
Yeah,
drop
they
the
are.
corner.
And Bobby was down there over spring break. He ticketed people, I think. I don't know if anybody else has been down there, but definite sheriff presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Bobby 4 times when I
You
was out there
can't believe how
last
many
week.
three traffic stops in a small town. The news spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
And I want to thank the sheriff's department for helping us out on that. And I'll be also glad when we get our out of bounds taken out.
Yes, they're taking those out.
And
Yeah.
that happens, I hope it happens after Eagle Valley days, but
That would be.
but I don't know, but, and we'll try not to hit any water mains, right, Nora?
Right, Nora. Right, Nora. And you know what? I think that Nora, so in last week's meeting out there, she was talking about the curb work that's going to be done by ODOT, and they told that ODOT, don't do it this time. And that's what you should be doing
Right.
in Richland when
We've
they
got that
remove
arranged, we
those.
hope.
Okay,
And then our water treatment plant, we have, still having a few hiccups on it. On the pump that goes up to New Bridge
Yeah.
and there, and then also the wire fires we had there last summer.
Mhm.
We're really having a problem with our filters,
Oh, sure.
and they're not cheap,
No.
and they're not cleanable. And but it looks like from Eagle Park or Eagle Campground up there, from there down was pretty muddy. Well, now it's starting to clear up. So
Okay.
we're hoping, we're keeping our fingers crossed on that.
jeez. That
And
was
then
off.
our sewage plant and our ponds, they're clay lined in the bottom. You know, seal it so we don't get any seepage into the ground. Well, the second pond is for overflow. And clay bottom, but it's never ever full. Sometimes it's not even wet. So we're concerned about the clay cracking
Okay.
to let the seepage down through there. And they're gonna start it on tomorrow. We're gonna dig a hole, put a big culvert in there, and it's gonna be a seepage water comes in from the fields and irrigation ditch, and then we're gonna pump into the second pond to keep it wet.
Oh, that's
It'll be
okay.
on a float system,
Yeah.
but that way it'll never crack, and then,
So you'll keep a little bit
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
we won't have to worry about the seepage
Sure.
going in there. And then also, we got a couple ordinance violators. We're in the process of cleaning that up. But our biggest problem is everybody complains about something. But they won't sign the form.
Right.
There's
Right.
no sense filling out the form without their signature, because if it does go to court, the judge's gonna throw it right out.
Yep.
And then I'd also like make it public that I really like the council we have. Everybody works together, and our employees are top of the line.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
And then Eagle Valley Days is coming up in June. We're hoping we got everything ready for them, so.
Okay.
That's it.
And you have an Easter egg hunt at the parks, I heard. I heard that it wasn't gonna happen and then it was confirmed that it is gonna happen. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Easter weekend at
So
the
it's
Hewitt
been
Holcomb.
busy, but we're making progress, and I'm pretty proud of our town.
As you should be.
Exactly.
You also have Chautauqua coming up as well, right?
What?
The Chautauqua.
Yeah, that's this weekend, I think. Yeah.
It's in May.
So they have a
Well,
mini.
They
They
have
have
a
a mini.
mini
They had a
thing.
mini.
They have a mini Chautauqua, and then they have the
Yeah,
regular.
the
Yeah, but the
fundraiser.
regular one got canceled.
Okay.
thought it
That
came
was
back.
last weekend.
They have a mini.
Okay, but I thought the big one was coming back. Okay.
That's what I thought. I thought the same. I thought
Yeah.
the mini had got canceled and the big one held, but
And then right now, the Hewitt ramp is closed for your visitors.
Yes.
They're striping today. They did the trail, the ADA, walking path, all that in front of the day use tent area. And then today they're striping. So
Right.
Knife River is finishing up. They're doing some stuff to that rail. We've got some stuff, signs going on to those stairs on the Hewitt side. So a lot of that stuff, Knife River is down there, but I know that there's no
Yes,
access through
But
tomorrow.
Holcomb is open to launch a boat.
Holcomb is,
But it's.
the water
it's
is-
Borderline,
Mhm.
and we have no control over the water.
Nope.
Yeah, that's Corps of Engineers.
Yep.
Bless their dear
Yep.
hearts.
Yeah, it was low and then what was it before last weekend? It went up and then now it's down low and now it's coming back up again. So
Yeah.
yeah, people, it's just kind of random.
The mini Chautauqua is canceled. The main
Main
Chautauqua
Chautauqua.
is May 16th through. 18th.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
So I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes I pay attention.
Because it was off and then it was on and then it was. or
They
it was
just
on.
pivoted from doing the fundraising event of mini Chautauqua to really relying on sponsors.
Oh.
And the sponsors are going well. We've been trying
Good.
to help connect people's.
And they are doing a fundraiser Friday night at the actual Chautauqua too.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense to like kind of
Instead
boost
of
for the
trying to
next
do a whole
one.
separate event. Yeah.
What's that fundraiser look like?
I'm not sure, I'd have to talk with Sarah about
Not
it.
pies.
I was gonna say, they should do
I always
some
like
kind
the pies.
Yeah.
of- They do have the raffle.
We're just here for the pie.
The raffle is going with the first prize of $2,300.
Ooh.
Tickets are available at the chamber, AJ's, and I'm looking for one more spot.
Okay,
It's a value of up to $2,300. It's not
not $2,300, it's value.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's that rifle.
Yes, or second prize. You got all kinds of things to choose from.
It's a good thing he has you.
I want $2,300 in pie. I mean, where did that come?
Where's the pie?
But on the other hand, some of those pies are worth it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah,
Options
Yeah.
are off.
I know.
the fair knows that, right, Michelle? The fair knows that.
I know how much my pies go for.
Yeah. So, anything else, Andy?
No, that's it.
Okay,
I think so.
yeah, well, you'll see lots of action down there if you go visit today.
I can't wait till Saturday to see what kind of a job they did down there at Hewitt, but
Yep,
Wow, I'm curious to
Yep.
see how it looks after it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, everything's poured and finished. And
besides that, I
Yeah.
got 3 big rocks across on the other side. I've been watching the water level. And they appear and then they disappear.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they reappear and about 10 more of them below that, so
Mm, yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Army Corps of Engineers.
Oh, one more thing, excuse me.
Yeah.
When you come through Richmond, watch the speed.
Yes. Well, you should ensure that just by stopping at the store or Sarah's Cafe or
The Shorthorn's now back open.
the Shorthorn's
Oh,
back
okay.
open
And
and
it's open, what days they're closed are Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They have breakfast Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays.
and then you've got,
Then they open noodle the other day.
okay, and then you've got Sweet Pick that's
Yeah,
opening
right,
too.
that's, I think from Wednesday on.
Yeah, ice cream.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come enjoy your town.
Yes, thank you.
It doesn't look like Huntington's here. Mary Guerreri. All right, let's go on to halfway.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me all right? I'm on a headset.
Oh, it sounds good.
Okay. So we've had a lot going on. Back in February, we had water main rupture. We have submitted our claim to the state. That has since been tendered to the company that they contracted with, who hired the company who caused the damage. Haven't heard anything back yet. I did reach out to Lisa Hayes to let her know that we haven't heard anything back yet. When I was going through on Gover Street yesterday, I did notice that we're already starting to see some roadway damage. We've got asphalt peeling up and crumbling along some of those cracks where water was coming up through the road surface from the ground. So we'll be paying close attention to that. Last year we had spoken with Halfway Main Street and they had requested to put in some decorative flower boxes around our flagpole. We approved that. They purchased the boxes, and then through further communication and other little meetings, we found out that the footprint around the flagpole was actually ODOT's jurisdiction. While we had a conversation with ODOT, they don't want that. So they're going to go ahead and transfer that footprint over to us. And it'll be part of Gover Street, and they'll maintain the jurisdiction of the highway curb to curb. This was just a weird kind of triangular piece around that flagpole that I'm not sure why they gained that jurisdiction specifically, but it was done quite some time ago. anyway, they don't see a need for it anymore, so they're going to go ahead and sign it over to us. They're working on that right now. We did have a speed survey done on Main Street. We got our final draft, our final paperwork back from ODOT on what their recommendations are. So I'll be presenting that to council this Thursday to figure out whether or not they like it and like the changes that they've recommended. There will be some speed zone changes, potentially, namely for the school zone. It'll be shortened. Right now, it's pretty long, and we're not seeing good compliance with speed in that area specifically. It's been really bad. We've seen highway speeds through there of like 45 miles per hour. And I live just adjacent to the school zone, so I get to see all of it. I can't see license plates though. I'm too far away. Anyway, so they have some really good suggestions there. We're going to see if council will approve it or not. We're working with the school on some of that also. One of their recommendations was a flashing school zone sign where it'll be intermittent. It's not on all the time. It would be programmed to be on during like pickup and drop off times or during games or things like that. And then the rest of the time it would be 25 miles per hour. And when it's flashing, 20. I did speak with Rick Stanton yesterday. He is starting a speed survey on what we call the Spur Road. It's the east side of Record, adjacent to City Hall, where it comes onto Main Street. So he'll be doing a speed zone survey there. And he'll be coming back with some recommendations for that. I did have a really good meeting with the chamber. We're trying to gain some good cooperation between the city and the chamber again. So I've had some really good conversations with Becky talking about that. It was really nice to see Christina out there. And from the chamber, we've got some pretty good events coming up. May 4th, we've got the Halfway Half Marathon and 10K. It's going to start in Richland and finish in Halfway. This event is for funding the track program. Did you have something, Christina, to add to that?
No, we were just talking
No,
about
we're
going
talking
up
about-
that.
We're
Oh, okay.
And I think Michelle wants to run it, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
she's,
Awesome.
Michelle's putting her hand up. 'Cause
Yeah.
She's gonna be.
I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have walked off of the top of that to Richland, but that was after
I
Chucker.
I know what it takes just to pull a trailer up there. I can't imagine running it.
It was Chucker.
Yeah.
You hunt them for revenge.
I take it you and
Um,
I are gonna participate in that.
Also, they do have t-shirts for this event, so you can also buy a t-shirt and not do the
Apparently
event.
Apparently, that's the level of our participation.
Along with that, May 24th, we've got the Halfway Car Show that usually takes place down at the fairgrounds. June 21st and 22nd, we've got the Hells Canyon Junior Rodeo. We, of course, have our July 4th celebration on the 4th. That'll be at the fairgrounds, and there will be pie auctioned, so you should come out and buy some pie. All of the auction proceeds for the pie go towards the next year's firework display.
We have the same fireworks display this year.
Well, we're hoping it'll be bigger.
Oh, well, I heard rave reviews from last year, so
Yeah,
make it-
so
don't make it too big.
our pyro guys are pretty good at what they do. Plus, we've got the fire department there, and well, it's on city property where they're lit off, so I get to be a stickler.
Okay.
And then August 30th through September 1st, we've got the fair and rodeo out here. I didn't hear it mentioned yet, so I'll go ahead and mention it. There's a steak feed at the Eagle Valley Grange in Richland. So that'll be fun. And then we've got Pine Fest, September 5th and 6th. And then December 7th, we're scheduled to have our Christmas parade and tree lighting in Halfway. That's become an annual event. We're getting some really good turnout for it. It's been a lot of fun. Let's see. Also, we did receive Connex boxes from the OREM grant. we're working on some logistical things with that now. We're running into an issue where a county inspector did come out and look at the area and is now saying that we have to do some compliance things and get those Connex boxes anchored. I am doing more research on that because they're not supposed to be permanent. They're supposed to be movable. If they needed to go to a different location, the concern for them being anchored, we were told that since they're going to be electrified, they have to be held in one location by an anchoring system. But we do have our own land use, so I'm wondering where that jurisdiction is falling, and what we actually have to do in terms of that, since we do have our own land use ordinance that doesn't require that type of stuff for that specific type of structure, because it's just a storage box. So we're doing some more
Right.
research on that.
Nora, I think I mentioned this last week when I was out there.
Mhm.
Are you going to put electric? I know that the fire department's going to put electric into their too. Are you going to put electric into your two boxes?
Yeah, we're required to for the dehumidifiers and lights and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Mr. Jason, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that I talked to the fire department about that and about just, like even welding on feet or something like that, that
Mhm.
you could do bolt anchors that could be removed,
Right.
quickly. There's nothing it's not gonna move anywhere. I mean, the fire Todd Robinette said that they're 10,000 pounds a piece. It's not like they're going to
Mhm.
blow away, but it's that electric element that is, that's what I understood. He got a call from the inspector while I was there at the fire department. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, I see your concern there. Maybe with the type of anchors or something like that could maybe remedy,
Yeah,
I
we're
talked,
also looking at a quick release electric system, so it would still be
Yeah.
hardwired, it
Yeah.
would still be sufficient, but can we forego this requirement by having a quick release electrical line on that? Saying
Right.
that if it needed to be de-electrified for whatever reason, say flooding, high winds, something like that, where we needed to just turn on the generator, and get that power source disconnected, can we do that quick release?
Mhm.
I spoke with Jason Monday, I think it was, and he was kind of still going down that track too. Because yeah, it's like, what if the things were needed somewhere else?
Mhm.
And the idea is to be able to pick them up and move them if you needed to. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things that you have to dig into, but you're going to find a solution before too long on it.
Yeah, we are kind of moving forward on the exploratory means of, well, the fire station still needs to get a pad poured for their Connex boxes. So maybe we can do a cost sharing with the fire department and at least get the pad poured. That way we have a level surface regardless.
Right.
It's a level surface right now, but that might just be what happens, is that we cost share this. I did speak with a gentleman this morning. Let me see. He just gave me a fancy folder. I'm looking at the wrong folder. That's the chamber folder. Cybersecurity writer services. I spoke with him. What he's been hired to do is to do a services and support survey to see in terms of cybersecurity infrastructure, where there might be shortfalls, putting up that digital fencing. Are there infrastructure things specifically for water and sewer, things like that? So there might be some reimbursement opportunity with that as well, with grants. So we've got a couple of avenues we're looking at to try and take care of this, because obviously it's a cost that we don't have in our budget necessarily for this specifically. We have the money, but we would like to not spend it if possible because it's already set aside for other things in contingency. So yeah, we're looking at some stuff. We're still really excited about the Connex boxes. It's a really great opportunity. It's going to bring a whole lot of disaster preparedness and mitigation and some really good readiness to the area, especially since we do have 2 awards at the fire station and at City Hall. We are revisiting our land use ordinance, I hate to say, because we just got it done. But as we're going through, we keep finding things that we need to add in or things that we need to adjust. The main reason for this adjustment is when we redid the land use ordinance last time, we put out that notification area for land use hearings to 300 feet from where that land use permit request came in, the specific address. Well, that's pretty much the entirety of town. And we have a lot of neighbors in the area saying, well, why did we get this packet when it is 3 streets over and we really don't give a heck? So we've been listening to feedback from the public. So we're going to drop that down to probably 150 feet. That's the main reason we're going over the land use again. When we spoke with DLCD, they said that we would have to redo the same process that we did last time. So I'm really excited to read 70 pages out loud again.
Well,
Yeah, you're kind of rude for punishment, aren't you?
yeah,
You got to quit going through it. That's where you're.
you have to have Commissioner Alderson come down and read it. He loves doing that.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody else does, but.
Mhm, mhm.
Hey, Nora, I had a
Yeah.
question. The cybersecurity thing, is
Mm-hmm.
that, anybody else heard from them? Is that, I haven't.
We
heard.
have ours covered.
We have ours.
Oh,
covered,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because we just went through the whole cybersecurity
Yeah.
training and all of that
Mhm.
stuff, and
Yeah.
tech,
Did the-
our tech
yeah.
department is constantly
Mhm.
on top
Okay,
of it.
all right. So I was
We
just
have,
curious I just hadn't heard that one. So I was thinking.
That's good that they're addressing it
Oh, it
with
is,
the
yeah.
cities, you know,
Yeah.
especially after our EOCA
well, and you're
meeting.
right, the
Yeah.
little towns are kind of vulnerable, so it's super good to have some help on that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we have Homeland Security show up here.
Yeah,
Okay, so
So-
that's
Couple
what that
times.
was about. So, because I was just
Mhm.
talking, they were talking about the services. I thought, okay. So that's through CIS. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
yeah.
Just happened to.
Yeah, so this is
In the new
what
Ah,
this is what I was understanding, or what I do understand from what I was told, is that this is pretty brand new.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got the contact information if anybody wanted to reach out. I've got to run it through council and see if they're okay with doing this. It's a free service. And it just looks at the current situation and if there's improvements that can be made, or things like that, if there's opportunity to get funding for things. So I'm really excited about it, really excited about the potential of it anyways. There was one other thing. RMA. We did submit our funding authorization for the RMA. So Gabriel should be getting those secondary piece of paperwork, the addendums, to get those submitted with LaRue Sanitary.
Perfect. Yeah, and I've got to call into Stephen to make sure that his are done too. So thank you.
I think that's all I've got. If anybody has any questions, I'm ready.
I have I have a question for you and an update. So yesterday I signed the closing on the wigwam, so that is done. And it will be recorded on Friday. I met Hopman's on the way out, and very nice folks, and they're gonna share with us a bunch of the history
good.
from that over there. They're very excited about
They're gonna give us the keys.
just yeah, it's a wide door, it's open.
It's a big key.
So before I came back from halfway last week, I had 2 phone calls from youth groups out there that want to help on the cleanup day. And I called them back and everything. Everybody's so excited and appreciate you know, the feedback at the chamber meeting last week. Is there anything going on in Halfway, April 26th, which is a Saturday, or May 3rd out there?
Let me look and I will get back to you. Are
Yeah, just
are you thinking about those being the days you want to do some stuff there?
yes. And those are the 2 Saturdays before Hewitt and Holcomb gets super busy into May.
Okay.
And also the youth group said that their kids are very engaged up until the summer break.
Mhm.
So, and that was 2 youth groups, you know, so I said, okay, all right, you know, we'll do it then. That's the idea. And then I also am gonna pull the Jeep barbecue out there. We're gonna barbecue for everybody. So, and that'll, and then we'll have the Parks dump trailer and all of that there. So it'll be a day, but I think we can, between all of us, can knock it out in a day. There's not a whole lot, but there is some cleanup. So just let me know on the 26th or 3rd, which one would be better for the city.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I will let you know. Awesome.
All right.
Yay, that's great news. I'm so excited that that's closed.
Yes.
That, it took comparatively speaking, it wasn't really that long drawn out kind of a thing for, as far as government stuff goes,
Yeah.
to pick something up like that.
Look at it
And,
again after a year.
You know, and like, I can't remember, I had heard you saying the other day, it's like we've got the dredge in Sumter, we've got the train in Sumter, and, you know, people have picked up and preserved the mining heritage, and that's kind of the last thing for any of the logging that's significant that you just drive by and see. All the mill sites and even the train sites are gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we hadn't have done it, then.
Yeah. We have timber history. We
Mhm.
have ag history, you
Right.
know? So yeah, so it's good. It's been very positive. And it was really nice to meet Hopmans yesterday. So
They're really nice people. They really are. I enjoy them so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking on the heritage of the wigwam, I mean, heck, we're labeled a frontier community on every application that we submit. You know, we put that in there because we are, you know, we're not just rural, we're frontier. We live in what can be called a resource desert. And, you know, we're trying to make that better, but it's still a fact. You know, we're cut off. We only have so many access roads that come in. Um, so we might as well, you know, really embrace that heritage that, you know, this is what we are.
Yep.
We're frontier people. We work hard and, you know, we don't always enjoy it, but, you know, that's what we do. You know, we get things done. We're resilient. And the fact that that thing has stood in that spot for so long and it's remained is just a huge testament to, you know, how Pine and Eagle Valleys function. And
Yeah.
then for Eagle Valley's information and Sumter as well, there has been a lot of public outcry on security issues surrounding the wigwam and you know, what that's going to look like, how is it going to be taken care of, things like that. On the security side of it, Donnie Bruland with Parks was there at the Hells Canyon Chamber meeting, as well as Christina, and we had some conversation about it, and there will be cameras posted. You know, so I think that that'll be a really good way to mitigate potential, you know, complications that can arise in that area that have been an issue in that little wayfinding site there. But I just see this as an opportunity for improvement and, you know, preserving part of, you know, what built America. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just about us. It's about how America was founded and what the history of Americans is: hard work, resilience. We don't quit. We just keep going.
As far as the security go, I mean, it'll be 100% more than there has been with people going up twice a day to at least change the garbage out.
Yeah.
So,
People, cameras, I mean, that just the just the presence of people. And it is protected by our parks ordinance, and in the ordinance, there is protections within that, so. And insurance and all of that. So, yeah, I think, down at Hewitt and Holcomb, docks are also, a safety issue.
Mhm.
I mean, there's every one of our parks has something. You'll up at the dredge tailings, you'll get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I mean, there's
Well, right, yeah.
a little bit of there's always some concerns, but as a community, that's why we have eyes on our public areas. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so
all I've got.
Okay, so
Okay.
just let me know on those 2 dates and we'll get it set.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Go
you.
ahead. Next would be Haynes, right, with Mayor Anthony, but I don't see them here. Greenhorn, Dennis Colmeyer is not here. He usually zooms in.
He's usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want to read Mayor Doherty's?
you can,
Oh,
or
I can.
Commissioner
You want
Kingsbury.
to?
I can. So Baker City has a new fire chief. His name is Michael Carlson from Mosier. I
Okay.
have not had a chance to meet him yet. Everyone continues to work on hosting the Oregon Mayor's Conference in Baker City during August. Do you have a date for that?
No,
It's
oh,
gonna be basically a 4-day event. The Thursday they come in, they're gonna be doing a golf tournament.
but what day?
What day?
Well, it's the 16th, I think, is the Saturday, correct?
It's the same as the car show.
Let's do it.
They're coming Thursday.
Same as the car show,
Okay,
Thursday, same
okay.
date, same weekend.
Okay,
Okay,
think it's the 16th.
That
okay,
sounds right. I
Okay.
don't have it
okay.
So that's
memorized.
Saturday, I think it's the 16th, or that, but they're
Okay.
gonna be doing stuff Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
okay.
And they're gonna have scheduled things they're gonna be doing every single day, and they're even gonna do a shooting.
Shooting. What?
They're gonna
A
do,
marksman
Don't say
exhibition.
Yeah, they're gonna, they talked about doing stuff out of the gun range and doing some shooting out there, and they wanted to rent and get guns, but they're gonna all bring their own guns. And the first question that says, how will people react to people walking on Main Street with guns? I said, you'll probably get no reaction.
Well,
We're so used to seeing people
Why,
with camo, full gear, guns on their hips, walking down Main Street.
why would that be different than any other day?
Yeah, so they were
Okay.
surprised about that, but there's a lot of other things we're working on. We have a meeting tomorrow morning with the OMA again to kind of go over next steps. Still waiting for a few things that we were unable to confirm to get information on and answers back on, but there's a lot of things that we're looking at doing. One of the biggest things is there's about 83 of the top mayors in the state of Oregon that are becoming with their spouses and sometimes staff. We're gonna be giving out probably 200 gift bags. We're trying to figure out what goes in that gift bags in the process, with, Chris and everybody making lists. And even the group from Halfway is trying to figure out what they want to put in theirs. And then we're gonna come back, instead of asking the business to do everything, and probably through EDC do an ask. Cause they said we should be spending up about 10,000 for the cost of putting at that, so we're gonna work with everybody to get their actual cost. And then come up with a list that we all agree on, and go in there. Instead of asking the business to pay for it, we'll pay for it through economic development, so.
nice.
Cool. Okay, so he said that he's been working with Scott Kaiser of Malala, is who he's been working with. So,
Yeah, he called and talked to him. He's the president of the Mayor Association, the
Yeah.
group that puts it on, organizing everything. It's a different group of people.
okay. Due to the roof damage and water leak in the city hall, council meetings will continue to be outside. Currently, they're at the extension building, and so I know they did that last night in the event center. So they reserved it now for the next couple of months, I think, so that they're gonna be doing that. And it seemed to work out well for them last night. So I was there for another meeting, so. They continue to work patiently with the Forest Service for fuel reductions in the city watershed. We expect a decision June 6th. It is unfortunate that serial groups can have such an impact on the process that has major ramifications. I also worked with Barry. They submitted a grant for like $200,000 and it was rejected. And I gave
For
them-
what?
I think it was fuel reduction working in there. And so,
It wouldn't apply to that. That's totally Forest Service.
so there's
so-
something about on the land that they were that they own?
They do own a few patches out there through their,
Yeah, I'll send you the what I
water
have.
line.
I'll send you what I have on that. That I
okay.
sent to Barry.
Yeah, they do have a few patches through for their water line.
Yeah, so they asked for some help and they didn't get any.
Mm,
So, anyways, that was like 200-some-thousand.
Yeah.
Since they're waiting on state's final approval, so Baker City can assist Metro West as a backup for ambulance services. I talked to Jason Jacoby last night, just as a side note. He says that they have the contract already signed. He's supposed to be getting me a copy of that. They just don't have OHA approval yet, but they do have the contract signed.
Hmm.
So, if I work with that. We have also started labor negotiations with Baker City Public Works Union, and the closing of Safeway will impact many things from 82 employees to the pharmacy. Additionally, there are deed restrictions in place that impacts future use of that location. Yeah, that was pretty sad news when they were going to do that. So that puts Baker City down to 2 pharmacies.
But it's hopeful that hopefully somebody else will come in and do a little competition instead of Safeway and Albertsons being owned by the same person with no competition whatsoever.
I did see something that there's a bill going through about rural pharmacies and
Mhm.
closing and things like that. I'm not sure what that's at. So that's Randy's.
Is there some issue with Safeway owning that building? or
Yeah.
Another grocery store?
Oh, probably.
come in?
Probably, they probably have to sell the building
That's
or,
probably the deed restrictions.
Well,
And so,
there-
yeah.
There's deed restrictions, and then, you know, if you own the grocery across the street, why would you let someone come in to undercut your business if you own the building?
Yeah.
So,
Well, if they're confident and they care about the community,
right,
but that's what, I was out at St. Luke's yesterday and I was talking to one of the physicians out there and there's a definite concern about the pharmacy
yeah.
load now on Albertsons and Rite Aid.
it's huge now.
Yeah,
If
ridiculous.
a independent wanted to be brave enough and start up, now would be the time.
The
to do it.
pillbox again.
Right, yeah,
Well,
or a
Mine
bigger
at
scale.
Albertsons yesterday was at least 30 people.
Oh, sure.
Well, they were talking about they were going to try and expand like the pickup with the order line,
They
pickup
sh-
line
the,
and
the,
something.
the drive up,
Yeah.
yeah. or
And then the
something.
Starbucks, there's a new Starbucks going in, so I don't know if they're closing the one inside Albertsons or not. I don't know.
I think so. I think they're gonna close that for the standalone. That's
Well,
what
They
I
need, they're gonna
heard.
need, I remember when it was back when we just had to shop at
We
Safeway.
just need
Yeah.
to take that aisle out where the dog food is and put couches. So
Or something.
Right.
Except the 2 little chairs that
True
are there.
that, yeah, that
Right?
is,
'Cause
yeah.
it was, I think I was there for 45 minutes yesterday.
I made my husband go online. for
That's what she was
prescriptions.
doing there was for me.
I was picking up prescriptions.
He got attacked by a cat.
We have a lot of people in Halfway that just have their prescriptions mailed.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I'm not gonna stand there in line.
No, seriously. I do have some information on the summer conference too. I did ask Claire what the RSVP status was for that event for the mayors. And it looks like her response says that the registration for that event will start opening on June 3rd.
Mm.
So,
They're already looking for registration from that.
Could you hear
Yeah.
Mayor White?
Something's gone out on listserv, they're already are looking for registrations, so informal ones.
So I know they were gonna send out surveys to all the mayors to get, find out what event they're interested in, so they can take care of logistics and the transportation needs that they have.
mhm.
But I think the actual sign up and reserving of the conference is delayed, but the surveys they were doing, they're trying to figure out how much interest there was. So then they could schedule the buses and transport, and at first they were using some of the smaller ones for Community Connection. Then when I visited with her last time, they're looking at school buses.
That's what they usually do.
And I didn't know that. They said that mayors actually like riding on school buses. And then
Is that true?
I don't know, they usually use school buses at the other conferences,
Yeah.
and they've already put out for the scholarship applications to the mayors to go to, so they get responses on
Yeah.
that.
We went to the state hospital on a school bus.
County
once.
College, cool kids sit in the back.
That's right.
You'll get there, Michelle. Yeah,
Oh, that's this week's.
Yeah.
That's next week.
yeah,
We're
cool
going to
kids sit in the
hospital.
back, even at
Okay.
County College.
Michelle,
Well-
another, okay, so WorkSource Oregon asked me to help promote, they're doing a bunch of support at the Safeway building. So they're actually gonna hold it there, all the training support for them for looking for jobs. and everything.
Good.
I
And they
did
said,
see that. That's
they
great.
were- so one press release said they had jobs for everybody. what they're getting back from Safeway, our appropriation is there's gonna be about 50 people that will be displaced.
I was gonna say, how are they gonna put all those people in there?
Right,
That-
and
Yeah,
so I don't know how, but I just posted it on both county, Facebook page and I
Okay,
launched that one.
Super.
And the other fact is there's still over 200 jobs open in Baker County
Right.
right now. And so I think we have the capacity to absorb a majority of it, but there's still gonna be a percentage. of
If,
people that will
if
be
it's the
affected.
people that have the skill set that can fill those other jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There's a pretty good variety. I looked at
Yeah.
them yesterday at it, and I
Mhm.
met with the, person from, Malheur County, the Economic Development Director, and went over all the information and numbers, and he'd never seen those numbers for access for their own county, so I shared much of that stuff with him, but they're fairly optimistic they should be able to get it. When we had the job fair, we had really good, because it was packed for the first 3 hours. It was really good interaction. We had about, 90 business professionals in there. We had 6 military divisions in there. We had 4 different colleges in there. It was amazing interaction with everybody. So hopefully there's enough awareness and connection. They're working together that a lot of those people can be picked up.
nice. That's nice.
It won't be perfect, but it'll be less painful.
Yeah, it's,
I have one more for Mayor Patton. Fire Chief Kingsbury.
Yeah.
He will be burning that big pile at Holcomb here soon. He's been looking at conditions and everything, and it's a big pile from all
Yes,
of
it
the work
is.
at Hewitt.
Yeah,
So the fire department is gonna be doing that, and I'm sure that they will give notice to you guys, but I just wanted to touch on that. That will be done here soon.
yeah, because I was wondering about that yesterday.
It's big. It's a
Took,
really big
uh,
pile.
Rudy, my dog, who toured the whole place.
Yeah,
And I looked at that, I thought, man, what a fire hazard. That's.
you might,
yeah.
if we
Yeah,
touch that
the fire
off and
department
not
will-
tell you, you might notice.
Yeah, you might notice. Yeah, but I didn't want any panic if, but you
Right.
should have, I imagine with Kingsbury that
As-
he would give you notice,
As
but
much fun as it
Yeah.
might be.
yeah.
so there's a hometown grant available through T-Mobile. I'm trying to figure out how to get this onto that email
Oh,
and get that to you. I gave the information to Mayor Wise, but anyway, so just if you go into T-Mobile, it's up to like $50,000 and it's for basically ideas to see to jumpstart projects and build stronger communities. Pretty broad. Pretty broad.
Splash Pad get that?
oh,
years ago.
They did.
yeah,
Yeah.
Last year or the year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so big, big
Those are
town might not be
fun.
in it, but anyway, it's an idea. And so for those, the rural communities that, I was
Yeah.
even thinking your wigwam.
Yeah.
Your wigwam. Not wigwam.
Everything going on.
Witham's Wigwam.
Wigwam's wigwam.
See, I said it. I said it. I've thought about it and I thought, I'm probably gonna get tagged, but yeah.
So anyway, so just an idea that, I try to pass that along with you guys, like sometimes there's the water stuff, things like that. When I come across those, I just try and send it out on those emails. And so if you want me to stop, let me know.
You should, so you can go in there and maybe get that in email.
Yeah, I gotta
to the
figure out
group.
how to just, I just didn't have time. I just sent it. So I
Oh,
just
okay.
Have it and saved it in my little.
So can you guys talk about where the county is with the dry writer that you were entertaining conversations with? And what that definition of use will be?
We've got to have her meet with the department heads and then finalize the agreement.
Okay.
So as, typical government stuff, we're behind and not where we want to be on it.
How do you envision that working with the entire county? What's the process? Have you guys thought about how the decision will be, how her time will be spent and what?
I would say we're starting with department heads.
Right, yeah, because
first.
that's kind of the thing is to see what their take on it is, but.
And
I
her
mean, there's
workload.
kind of a process, yeah.
It is.
Because there's some stuff that emergency management's easy to pick on because they've managed all these grants for so long, but then all of a sudden there might be some big one that's intensive that they would like to hand off. I don't know.
Or a department can ask, hey, these are the grants that I'm looking for. If you see anything,
Right,
please
yeah.
notify me. So there's the searching for, there's the writing, there's the the
Management.
management of them. You know, there's a lot that this person can do, and it's just after the department head meeting, get her in there, get her started, and see how her workload is, and see how much, you know, she could be shared with the cities, or
Mhm.
you know.
The Department of Energy, I didn't like ask about, you know, these great big massive federal,
yeah.
and she said that she could work on it and, you know, either be able to do it or bring in sub that would.
She's worked on tons
Be-
of those for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, and she will be on a contract basis, not as an employee, so her fees will come out of those grants that are secured out of the admin fees. Sorry, Jessica, we
okay.
didn't get to hear from
No, it's
you. Okay, thanks for
I
being
was
here.
thinking There's a good source that, but Michelle came up with something, she could show that person and then automatically go out to all the potential people that can do on their own.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll just have to see what her capacity is beyond. We did it for the department heads specifically. And then if she feels that she can take on more, then, I mean, we're not
Yeah.
gonna restrict her, but we want to make sure that the reason why we brought her on as a contractor is priority, and then beyond that.
So, Nora, I just was gonna remind you that, we're gonna be out there on the 28th at the Lions meeting with businesses. And Christopher with the Chamber, he's gonna be out there with me as well, kind of, you know, showing all the other support and services they offer. So I didn't know if you were gonna be able to be.
On the
there.
when?
28th.
28.
Oh, on a Monday, okay.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Debbie's usually pretty good about sending me all of those event emails for things like that. So hopefully I get that email soon. I did actually have one more thing that I wanted to touch on really quick with the mayors that are here, is to tune in to the next TLT meeting. There are conversations about that leftover TLT money and its possibility of being sent to one city and one city specifically. That request, I think, will be going out to the TLT committee at this next meeting. I think it'd be really good if everybody else who has had investments into the TLT could pay attention to that, just to see what's happening with it. And if you have input that you want to give to support the tourism and the economy in your area specifically, I think that this would be a really, really good time to get engaged with the TLT committee and make sure that your community is being represented. I'm going to do my best to be there at that meeting. It does happen on one of my major work days, so I might not be able to go. I did tell the commissioners already kind of what my standpoint on it is. But again, get involved with that. And maybe even just pay attention to it in the future. I think it's a really good opportunity for us smaller communities to have a greater significance in saying what we need out here in terms of tourism and economic development from that fund specifically.
Thank you for that. And that meeting is on the 17th at 9 o'clock in here. And yes, and Jessica just left, but she should be presenting her budget, which keeps all of the cities in mind going forward, without Baker City specifically. So it is a very important one to attend, and to look at that budget, and give the TLT committee the feedback from your communities that have paid in. So. Well, but you have a representative on TLT, okay. And going forward, that, just so you all know, that ordinance will be rewritten by us three, and that committee will be
More diverse.
Yes, it will be changed up. It will be a new committee, and we want representation from each one of the cities that do contribute. So, and then Richland is always welcome to join in.
Anytime.
So,
I'm not fishing, but I'm-
well, Richland doesn't pay into TLT. So you guys have the option of changing that at any time and being a part of it.
Yeah.
But so far, you don't pay in. The Parks does
mean-
pay in. The Hewitt and Holcomb does. But Richland does
Yeah,
not.
the parks pay into it. You don't, the city doesn't have an MOU with the county for us to collect that, but we have we've given money to the Chautauqua Festival and all of that from the TLT fund, so,
I'll bring it up.
okay.
Yeah,
I
if you need
appreciate
any.
I went to the Essex class. I have to go through the county.
it.
Very good.
He's getting good
Very
at this.
good. Yes, yes.
It was enlightening, wasn't it? It's enlightening.
Well, and also they told me I couldn't speak the longer language in meetings, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, anyway, so,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to.
leave.
All right.
Yeah, and I think we're just.
I think
I
we're,
also brought up the shared officer enforcement.
Yes.
thing, And I just, really quick, Sumter, of course, we don't have law enforcement, the sheriff's department covers us. And I've had a couple conversations with the deputy sheriffs that come up. We're changing our ordinances to put enforcement. Right now, you can't do this, but we don't give what you're gonna happen. So we're working with that. But we can't afford a total, code enforcement person, and we don't have somebody in town that we would,
Mhm.
we don't want the bully on the street to be the code enforcement. So it was suggested that maybe the smaller communities that are having the same problem pool their money and pay for a code enforcement that would travel. In other words, they're in one city, and we share that time. And it would take a lot of work. I mean, it's not something that we can just do overnight. We have to see how our ordinances line up. We'd have to see if we want to go to the sheriff's office or if we want to get a private citizen to do it. So it's a work in progress, but I just wanted to, at some point, to see if the mayors of the other cities are interested in working on this.
And I would say, work with the sheriff's
Yeah, I
department.
I mean, like I said,
definitely.
we have, I've talked to the deputy sheriffs, we want to work with, and they've given me some ideas of how we could maybe share, but we'd have to pool our money, because money's the issue.
Because the
Paying, you know,
Huntington pays in,
Right, the Huntington.
Yes.
They have a
pays
pays in,
contract.
they have a
Right,
contract.
Huntington
Yeah.
pays in, we were looking at getting a contract with the sheriff's department. But I think if there's enough smaller cities, then we could have somebody that, Monday or Tuesday, they're here, that.
Well, especially
It would work.
event-based, right? Like,
Mhm.
that would be one way to start looking at it is.
Mhm.
There's usually a pretty good law enforcement
I
in
mean,
Sumter on those weekends.
No, I have to say, we have no complaints about the sheriff's office, and we get a lot of them in the evenings, because let's face it, the evenings is when problems really happen up there. But no, there's always somebody up there, but this is just an idea to where we can actually get enforcement, like we have somebody that's got 5 vehicles parked in a city street, across the city street at dead end. You can't do it, but we have no enforcement to get them to.
So you're looking
move.
more at code enforcement
So
rather
Yeah,
than,
we need to
okay.
change our
Just
enforcement.
general
Just
patrolling.
general. Okay.
We need to change our, so the sheriff can help us, tell these people, no, you can't do it.
So can I
We have
also,
that bus problem, that created all this.
yeah.
can I also say that when you're looking at this as an ordinance and code enforcement, that you talk to, Brett Kearns, our judge,
Right. Well, yeah, this is
and
what
the
goes
sheriff's
through.
department,
Right.
both, anything like that that's code enforcement that we usually look
Yeah.
at, we'll look at it that way, so that
Mhm.
Judge Kearns says, okay, yes, I'm okay with this on enforcing and
Right.
ticketing.
And that's what's the suggestion we need to get with the courts. Like I say, it's not an immediate, it's gonna be a process. Oh, yeah, because this all came through, because you all know we had the bus up there. And I mean, everybody just had, there's nothing we could do. And Deputy Sheriff Maldonado came up to a council meeting afterwards and explained to them why the sheriff's office couldn't do anything about it. And like they said, when it came from him, they didn't like the message, but they accepted it. It wasn't just the council saying, oh, we can't do this, and we don't want to deal with it. When he said, this is what we can do. So as I say, we've gotten a lot of support from the sheriff's office, but now we need to step up and make something more viable for us, because, you know, everything's changing, everybody's having
Yeah.
problems.
You may,
with people coming in.
yeah, you may want to send that to the mayor's group email
Yeah.
so
That's
that
what-
all
that's
of
what
the
I
other
wanted to do.
mayors
That-
can
that's
see
what-
it.
Yeah.
That's
Can I-
why I'm hoping more of them would be here.
Can I give a suggestion really quickly? The city of Hathaway's been updating our ordinances as well on the same scope enforcement. And one of the things that I have found that has helped us significantly, specifically in an animal ordinance situation that we just had to deal with recently, copying the ORS into the text of your ordinance is going to help you. If you go off of that ORS pertaining to whatever that ordinance is, and then you can add in things specific to your city, but try and keep the main body of that text within the ORS's guidelines. And then you can put in a penalty that matches with the ORS. So that way, even if you do not have an ordinance officer within your city, you can take that, you can file a report with the sheriff's office, and then that can go up to the Justice Department. And that will help you a lot. Even copying off of another smaller city's ordinance, copying some of that text and making it fit for your community. That's another really great way that you can go ahead and speed up that process. Baker County does have really good ordinances too that you can draft from.
Right, we get online.
Copy
stuff, you know.
Mhm. But
So,
even if it is just a copy paste thing and you're tailoring it to your community in some of that finer text, it is acceptable. You just have to make sure that it fits your community and that you're putting in caveats that this is something that I received from a sheriff's deputy that retired recently with Baker County Sheriff's Office, who happened to work in the legal system. He had been an attorney at one point. Putting a little thing in there, just saying, can cooperate with Baker County Sheriff's Office, can cooperate with OSP. You know, just putting in those little fine line items can help a lot. And so anyway, there's my suggestion.
sure, I appreciate that, yeah, like I say,
I was
I'm
getting
almost
to there.
looking out for all the mayors, I just think this is something we.
Tim, does that sound right to you? I mean,
It does. The thing is as county
Mhm.
enforcement, we can't enforce municipal code.
Right,
If
that's
you
it.
tailor your municipal code to where it matches county policy or state law, then we
Then
can
you
go at it
can.
from an
Okay,
angle
okay.
and still do enforcement. If it's a violation,
Mhm.
obviously, we have to actually witness the violation personally,
Right.
or just take immediate action. But if you have, witnesses that are willing to stand up, sign their name.
Actually
and
sign
we
it,
can
yeah.
actually do it. And as far as the dog thing goes, we do have an understanding with our, Judge Kearns,
Mhm.
where we get both parties involved to meet, do a mediation deal.
Mm,
But yeah, if you can tailor your municipal, code in order to,
Sure,
go right
make sure you're-
alongside of ORS or county code, then we can take action
Okay.
to those two options that we can't to the municipal code.
Okay, fortunately, we don't have much of a dog, it's more of a people problem. People tolerate all the dogs in the world, but the people, so I'm sorry, guys, I have another. meeting.
Okay.
And we need to wrap up
Well,
because we
thank
have
you.
one at 10:30, so.
Another thing, Linda, if somebody on the council wants to be your officer, don't use officer, use coordinator.
And this problem, we don't really have anybody that wants to do that,
Yeah,
that's why.
okay, I was just gonna say, but don't say officer,
Say
but you're doing a lot better with the coordinator. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
all later.
I will see you on Friday
did
Oh, I will see
anybody,
or Saturday morning.
did anybody have anything else you want to put out or does
See, we have somebody new, but we're limited on time.
Oh, we dropped, I was gonna ask Patrick if he wanted to put in anything, dropped off.
Yeah, we
So,
did. Okay, yeah, we have a meeting starting at 10:30 and then we
I wanted to
have
say thank you to the
consecutive.
chamber for
Yeah.
stepping up and helping Sumter and, you know,
Thank you.
those others.
This is Amber, event coordinator. She's the one
Oh,
that's making a lot
Amber,
of
we
this.
talked about you yesterday.
A lot of it. She lives nearby. I said, hey, if you got a minute, you should meet the commissioners.
No, I'm-
So
Oh, I'm glad you
Christina,
came in.
Shane,
I,
Michelle.
Sorry, I'm late.
I'd heard the rumor that you were doing that function, so I'm glad you are. Good.
Yay.
We've got Miners Jubilee sold out for us already.
Nice.
Good
Before
deal.
April 1st.
Yeah.
So
And do you have
Nice.
do you have confirmation from the city
I
yet?
do not.
Okay.
We've only known Amber for, 5 or 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So anyway,
good.
Super.
Yeah.
It
Thank you
sounds
for
like you got a
dropping in.
handle on it.
Yeah.
I do.
She does
Good.
events great.
Super good.
Okay, get that one event with the city secured.
Yes.
Since you got all the vendors.
We've also been told to bring the carnival back. I mean, if we're making a wish list here.
Hey,
Sure.
you might as
I
well.
really want to. I'm
Yeah.
Working on it, but.
Who doesn't like a
I'm
Ferris
not,
wheel?
I'm not going on the octopus again. I'm too old.